Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today, I am proud to announce that I am a Blaze Trails ambassador for 2023. Blaze Trails is a local race company in my area. They put on 12 races per year in the North Texas area. Well, majority in North Texas. There's one down in Central Texas and one up in southeastern Oklahoma. My friends Chris and Ann Barnwell own the company. They do a phenomenal job. The races are always well marked and well organized and run. They're in a variety of different environments. Very cool that they're all kind of unique locations. I'm a little bit late announcing this year because it is April, but and 3 of the 12 races have already occurred. I would like to give you my personal code that I can give that'll get you 10% off of any of their races. The code is theoldultrarunner, all run together as one word in lowercase. If you type that in at checkout, you're able to get 10% off. I will state that it can't be combined with any other discounts. There really aren't a lot of discounts on their races, but real often right when they open the race, they'll have a discount. They open the races normally several months ahead of time, so I think the only races that are not open now are the last 2 of the year, and they'll be opening shortly. So you can look for, real often when they first open them for the first week or so, there's like a 20% discount. So that would be for Rockledge, Rumble, and Isle de Bois that are still not open. That would happen in November and December. But other than that, use my 10% discount and save you a little bit of money. I wanted to talk a little bit about the races they put on. They were a lot of fun. Chris and Ann have been race directing, I think, for 8 years now. They took over some races that were put on by North Texas Trail Runners some years ago, and now they have definitely grown their portfolio up to 12 races. The races that have already occurred this year is there's the Running the Rose, which is in at beautiful Tyler State Park, a couple hours east of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's a beautiful course. They have distances all the way, I think the shortest is like a 4-miler. The longest distance is 108K. And you can get a beautiful buckle finishing the 108K, but it's beautiful running through the piney woods in East Texas. The second race they put on is Bridgeport, which is out a little bit north and west of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, probably an hour away. Again, a beautiful course. Very runnable, the majority of it. There are a few little technical rocky sections where you climb up, and they kind of have a signature picture of one that you go up toward the end of the race that's a little difficult, but it's not that long. Anyway, it's a great race as well. The third race that has already occurred is the Grasslands. It's out at LBJ Grasslands near Decatur, Texas. Again, a little bit north of the Dallas-Fort Worth area and a little bit north and west. It is a national protected grasslands area, and it's used a lot for equestrian riding. It's actually not a very hilly course. There are a little bit of sandy portions, but it's a beautiful race course, and that race has been going on for, this was the 25th anniversary. Chris and Ann have been running it the last 8 years or so, but again, it's a great race. I just did the half marathon this year. I've also done longer distances there, but it is a very fun race. The cool thing about Blaze Trails races is not only are they very well organized and put on, but there's just a really neat race vibe. The community really comes together. The aid stations are well stocked. There's usually good food at the end, and there's just a really good vibe and great trail community. So they're really enjoyable races, and I'm very proud to be an ambassador this year. The next race that's coming up for them is the Coyote Run, which is at Cleburne State Park. This is a little bit rougher and rockier trail. You go up a pretty good climb, weaving your way up. It's a 8-mile loop. They have distances up to 50 miles. If you're doing the 50 miler, you're going to do the loop like 6 times. But they've got a 4-mile, 8-mile, 25K. Anyway, distances up to the 50 miler. That one you want to be ready to run some rocks, but this time of year in April, you'll be running up a hill, a rocky section. All of a sudden you come out on a field and it'll just be covered with bluebonnets, beautiful flowers and beautiful field of them. So it is a beautiful place. And there's also a place where you go over a little river that goes through, or a little stream, and you can jump over it. And anyway, it's a cool place for photographs. Anyway, it's a great race. Then in May, they put on the Possum's Revenge race, a race out at Possum Kingdom Lake, another pretty venue. You're running near, you've got lots of good views of Possum Kingdom Lake, which is beautiful. It again has a little bit of technical spots, but most of it is very runnable. There are distances there from 4 miles, I think, again, is the shortest, and it goes up to a 69 miler that again you have a buckle opportunity. Another beautiful race. Then in the summer, in August, they put on Blazing Sufferfest, which is out at Cedar Hill State Park. Another pretty park that is actually in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, kind of the southern part of it. Some beautiful trails on the state park lands. That one is a night race. Being in August in Texas, it is pretty warm, so it is run at night. I don't really remember. I think it goes up to a 50K, but there are several different distances at that race as well. Very nice to get out and get some miles in and get used to running at night some if you are interested in that race. In September, there's actually 2 races. The first one is the 6-0 race, which is out at a private ranch back in Cleburne, Texas, but it's a little bit down from where the Cleburne State Park is. I would say the trails there are very runnable. There is a good sized climb where you kind of work your way up to the Mountainside Aid Station and then back down, but it's a beautiful private ranch. We really have fun there, and that is usually the first weekend in September. Then a few weeks later, there's a race out at, there's the Paris Pear out in Paris, Texas. That's north and east of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, real close to the Oklahoma border. That race is actually put on the Net Trail. The Net Trail is a Rails to Trails project in Texas that goes about 130 miles. Not all of it is real built out or finished. There's still some kind of rough sections that they're working on, but the portion through Paris, the little town of Paris, actually is paved, so this is pretty much a road race. There are shorter distances, and I know it goes, and I ran the half marathon this past year, but there's also a marathon, and it goes up to 100K that you can do there. It doesn't sound real exciting being a road race, but the trail is basically paved blacktop. I think it's 10 to 12 feet wide, probably 12. And there's a heavy overhang of trees pretty well the whole time, so it's nice and cool and pleasant, and of course has the great support from Blaze, so it's a really good time. In early October, they put on a race down in Central Texas. I think it's near Killeen, Texas. It's Dana Peak. There's a park down there called Dana Peak with big trails, a lot of trails. That one you can do up to 100K. There's shorter distances as well, and there's actually, I think it's a 31-mile loop. So if you're running the 50K, you run one big loop. If you're doing the 100K, you run the loop twice. But that is a rocky, beautiful trail, and again, you get some views of a lake. It's really a good time. I think it's Lake Belton you're going next to, but a beautiful, beautiful place to run. Then late October, they put on the Lake Murray Run. It's at Lake Murray State Park in Oklahoma, southeastern Oklahoma. Again, a beautiful place to run. That one has shorter distances, and goes all the way up to 100 miler. It is a beautiful place to run. I ran the 25K there this year. It's actually it got some rolling hills, a little bit of ups and downs, but for the most part, it's very runnable. There's a very good possibility that someone's going to run a really fast 100-miler there eventually. There have been some good times there, but not any super fast ones, mostly because we've had rainy weather. It's been a little muddy several of the years, but as soon as there's a dry year, there's going to be some fast times out there. Anyway, it's a beautiful park to go to, and it was a fun venue. The next race they have is the Rockledge Rumble. It's in in Grapevine, Texas, real near. It's right kind of in the center of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It is actually the first trail race I ever did. It's beautiful running along the North Shore Trail at Grapevine Lake. You get lots of views of the lake, beautiful trees. A little bit rocky on one end of the trail. The other end is very runnable and easy to run. I mean, it's all runnable, but one end is a little bit more technical than the other, but it's still it's a beautiful event. It goes up to distances up to 50K. Then the final race they have of the year is the Isle de Bois, which is out along Isle de Bois Reservoir. It's a little bit north and east of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I think it's along Lake Ray Roberts. But it again is a beautiful course. I've run out there. I really enjoy it. So that's their final race of the year. Anyway, I'm really proud to be representing the company, and I will try to get out and run as many of their races this year or volunteer, which I do like doing for them. Anyway, if you're interested, again, use my code, theoldultrarunner. Consider joining us for a race if you're in the area. Other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and keep moving.